We look at ourselves as a platform to foster sustainability as a way of life.
It's also about fostering social innovation, fostering social entrepreneurship. In the long run, what really matters is this informal kind of mentorship.
So the way to identify social needs is actually to spend a lot of time in the field.
One of the ways in which social innovation is driven is informally.
Every activity has to be socially relevant.
My name is Shemeer, and I started an organization called M for Change, earlier known as Maps for Aid, about 2 years ago. The idea of M for Change actually came as from an idea that struck me, was that there was a lot of exciting technology available in the market. You know, Dell is coming up with technology, Infosys has a lot of technology, Usha Hidi and things like that. And there are a lot of organizations who are doing a lot of good work at grassroots level. So it can be Dalit campaigning organizations, or organizations that work towards maternal health and women's welfare, children, nutrition and things like that. And I thought there was a huge gap. You know, here you have a lot of technology that is available. On the other side, you have a set of motivated people who are doing work at the ground level. So one of the things that we are concentrating on as in M for Change is to bridge the gap between these two, is to give them the technology that they need so that they can do what they are best at doing, and we guys provide the technology for them. For me, social innovation is not about reinventing the wheel. Especially in a country like India, there is a lot of social innovation that is happening on a day-to-day basis. So what is required is not to reinvent the wheel, or not even to teach them innovation. It is for people, for us to find out where these innovations are happening and to breed them. This is something that I noticed with in my own organization when I started M for Change, is that a lot of innovation is already available. It's about using that innovation in a way that can bring about change in society. That is what was missing at that point of time. I would like to use this opportunity to talk a little bit about crowdsourcing from a very layman's perspective. So let's talk about a bus stand. So there is this huge bus stand, and you're new to the bus stand, and you just want to find out, say you want to go to point A, and you want to find out which are the buses that go to point A. I mean, where can I find that bus? What will a crowdsourcer do? Imagine if I was there, I would do a crowdsourcing job out of it. So what I'll find the next person and I'll ask him or her, do you know which bus should I go take to go to point A? So in a gist, this is what crowdsourcing is about, you know. So it is something that we are actually doing in our day-to-day activities. But the moment you webify it, or you put it on a mobile, or you take it into a technology level, people kind of lose connect, and they say, oh, this is not how it should be done, or the information is not verified. But the actual fact is crowdsourcing is a daily lived experience that, especially in a country like in a developing country like India, in terms of social innovation coming of age, and crowdsourcing being one of the indicators in that, I think this is definitely a big step. You do see a lot of organizations who are slowly stepping into it, but I think from an international perspective, Amnesty will be one of the pioneer organizations who actually are going to take crowdsourcing to the next level in India. Across the world, they have done a lot of work, and other organizations have also done. But in a sensitive issue like this, to bring in crowdsourcing, to fight those questions and take it forward, I think that's a big step for innovation, and crowdsourcing being a big part of that innovation. Crowdsourcing as an idea has actually helped me a lot in converting ideas to reality as far as my first project was concerned, because I was faced with a huge challenge of actually documenting cases of violence against women in India. When I read a report in 2011 that Westlaw came up with, saying India was the 4th most dangerous place for women to be in, I was quite surprised by the whole thing, and I actually thought that, okay, it's just a bunch of people sitting in the UK trying to bring out these reports. So what actually struck me was that even me as an educated person was unaware of this fact, and I really wanted, and when it hit me, the only thing I could do as a person at that time was to use technology to document these cases on a day-to-day basis, and that's exactly what I did. So I set up this platform using open source Ushahidi framework, and on a daily basis started documenting these cases onto the site. Yes, a lot of lessons have been learned. So first is to break it down to very simple things. Like I was trying to just explain crowdsourcing in layman terms. For example, I was generally going through the site Zomato. I'm sure all of you would have seen Verb Zomato. So if you want to eat Chinese food, you can actually go to the site and type in Chinese, and it'll give you, okay, the nearest place, the menu, verified numbers. And then I thought that what if you are a woman and you are harassed? And what do you do? And I realized that there is absolutely no place where you can go to and get verified information. So WAHELP, that is WAWHELP.org, is actually trying to do that. Again, crowdsourcing, and we're seeing great potential in it. And we found that in the last 6 months, the 7,000 helplines of violence against women have been submitted to the site. We are still in the process of verifying, and now of course what we are doing is we are calling those the numbers and getting as much information as possible from them. What is the kind of help that you do. So that's the second level of crowdsourcing. So once you get the overall picture, and then you try to get the detailed picture. So in that way, I think it has become a very integral part. So that is one of the biggest lessons I have learned, that this works. I mean, that's about it, and this works, and probably that's why I believe in it. I mean, if it didn't work, I'm logical enough not to believe in something that does not work.